Welcome back to my channel. Just keep swimming 1111. Thank you so much for being here every day. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you're unable to make the live, that's okay. Thank you for viewing me at a later time at your convenience. So, I wanted to get into the cycle with you today. A lot of you guys are in cycles. Well, heck, most of us all are in cycles. But it's not just your typical normal cycle like nature, you know. Spring, summer, winter, fall. I'm not talking about normal, healthy cycles. I guess what I want to get in today is the unhealthy cycle. Do you find yourself in an unhealthy cycle? So let's go ahead today and see what's going on with your cycle. Excuse me. And keep in mind, a lot of the reason we have these unhealthy cycles sometimes stem from an unhealthy relationship with a parent, okay? So keep that in mind. Unhealthy relationship with parents or parents, unhealthy cycles. Like, did you know, and I've talked to a lot of psychologists, because I have one, she has even told me, you find a partner that mimics a relationship with your parent. Maybe not your healthy parent, but your unhealthy parent. And I know the age-old question is, why would I pick a partner like my unhealthy parent? Or maybe if you both have both unhealthy parents, I don't know. But for me, it was my unhealthy parent. And it's because I never had resolve, never got to fix that situation with my unhealthy parent. Still fixing it, you know, still fixing it. So naturally, when you go seek out a partner, they resemble those unhealthy situations so you can learn and tackle those issues, hopefully. Yeah, so you're meant to do that. But now, if you want to look at this from an unpsychological way, like away from psychology, away from people-based knowledge, let's look at astrology. Because your moon, your thoughts, and your emotions will resemble what's going on in your relationship. And your moon is your mother. So I think it's safe to say on some aspect, we tend to pick partners that in some inherent cycle kind of way resemble our mother. And think about it, it's not that crazy. She's the first person we were supposed to love. And the first person that was supposed to love us. Our mom, and nurture us and care for us and be there for us always, unconditionally, which is what we look for in a partner. So I know we just started out in this reading, but think about your relationship with your mom, and then think about your relationship with your partner. I'm not saying everything has to be cookie cutter exact, but I'm saying, do you see traits? Traits of your mom and your partner, male or female? For the partner, doesn't matter. I'm just saying, look at the traits. In my case, my partners are male, but they have traits of my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to look at that. Look at it very deeply. So while you're contemplating that, I'm going to get into this. Look what comes out. Isn't that weird? Look, 22 people in the room and the number 22 on the card. That's also weird. Look, guys, I'm not lying. Weird, right? And we just talked about cycles and traits with moms, and look at that family. And we have the family trees. family trees. All these trees are in a cluster. They all come from the same seeds. They're all related. Trees obviously have to grow together. So we've got a little baby tree here in the middle and a lot of big, tall grown trees, your ancestors, your grandparents. We got some dead trees over there. They're no longer with us, but their seeds carry on. Isn't that interesting? Sometimes you'll say, well, let's just say it's for a man. Steph, my mom was married. She was never a single mom. She was married to my father. She had 3 kids. They had a pretty good marriage. They didn't divorce. My mom passed away, but they stayed together. Okay. But my relationships, I'm always looking for a single mom. All my marriages have been from a single mom perspective. What does that have to do with the cycles and my mom? Well, that's just one attribute from your mom. The single parent thing doesn't have to match the dynamic. But what about your mom's looks? Was she pretty? Did she have long brown hair, brown eyes? Does your spouse seem to need to resemble that? Was she strong? Was she wise? Does your spouses resemble that? Was she a firecracker or was she submissive? Was she quiet or was she outspoken? Look at those traits. If nothing else aligns, look at your mom's parents. Was there problems with your mom's mom? Perhaps your grandmother was a single parent. Perhaps your grandfather died. She had to raise them singly. Perhaps he was always away and she had to raise them singly. Perhaps your mom was never a single mom, but your dad was military and gone away at sea or gone away overseas, and your mom had to raise kids mostly on her own. Who knows what the dynamic is on why you're choosing single moms? This is just an example. But sometimes if it's not the mother, perhaps it's the grandmother. But there's these family cycles, and either they skip a generation or it's every generation. You will see a relation in your partners through the moon. And if you want to know your grandmother's story, 4 houses away from your moon is your grandmother, your mom's mom, okay? All right. So anyways, look at those family histories. Look at why you're picking the kind of partner you're picking. Did your mom abandon you? If she did, if she abandoned you, is your partner abandoning you? Yes. Your answer is probably yes. Your partner either emotionally abandoned you or physically and emotionally abandon you. And you're constantly seeking that love. So you're pursuing the partner because you never had resolve with your mother. And that's something you need to think about as well with the family cycles. I mean, there's good examples too, but if people were in a good, healthy relationship because their mom had a good, healthy relationship, they wouldn't be here watching my channel. So if I was to say your mom is nurturing, caregiving, loving, and wonderful, and supportive, then your partner would probably be loving, kind-hearted, good, and supportive. And you wouldn't be here watching my channel because you'd be happy in your relationship. But mostly the people that are watching my relationship, for one reason or another, you have something going on with your moon. Your moon has issues in some way. And a lot of you guys watching me have issues in the 7th house. Whether there's malefics in the 7th house, malefic aspects on the 7th house. But one way or the other, you're having some issues here in the love department. Whether your family tree, look at the family cycle and history, and look at your moon. Bottom of the deck is refreshing. A breath of fresh air. You guys are going to be getting clarity about your personal cycle very soon, and you're going to feel in control, and you're going to be able to fix it. So clarity is coming. Good afternoon, lefty lefty. I think I made my coffee way too damn sweet. Who else uses monk fruit? I find monk fruit to be really sweet. And I use just as much monk fruit as I would sugar, and I think that's too much. I don't need that much monk fruit. Show me the cycles, please. Please show me this person's cycles. We have patience. Love is patient and love is kind. You just use creamer? Okay. Whoever's in this cycle, you have extreme patience for your partner. Maybe too much patience. You're kind. A lot of the people that have patience or exercise patience come from a mother that did not exercise patience. I don't know why, but I find that pretty often. There's usually a mom that has high expectations and wants you to get up, move, do things. And it left you full of anxiety. So then when you're in a relationship or you have children or whatever, you're just very patient. And you just give someone so much slack, so much time, because you understand how stressful it is to be under pressure, and you don't want to put your person under that pressure because you love them. So the mother kind of helped you understand patience by giving you an example of a lack of patience. They're still all lessons of the mother, lessons of the moon. Spirit, please guide and direct me with these tarot cards. Show me this person's cycle. Show me this person's cycle in love and relationships. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Four of Cups. I'm sorry to tell you, but there's some ounce of rejection in a cycle of this relationship. Which means you must feel rejected by your mother in some way. Whether it's you feel you don't please her, you're never going to please her, you're displeasing in her eyes, and you'll never be enough. That is a form of rejection. Or your mother is just not interested in spending time with you. She just doesn't make the time. She's too busy. She's too busy with work. She's too busy in her marriage. She's too busy with the house. Your mother just doesn't have time for you. It could also be a form of rejection in completely out of her hands, but maybe she died at a young age. And you feel like, how could you leave me? Young children often feel, when mothers die at a young age, abandonment. And it's not because they don't understand the mom couldn't help being sick or murdered or whatever happened, but they see it as, you left me. and a young child feels anything's possible. Miracles happen. Angels are real. Miracles are real, like you should never have left. You should have fought inside your body to stay. God, you should have made it possible for my mom to be here. Maybe she wanted to go. Maybe it was her time. And you're just like, ugh, I don't like that you accepted that, Mom. I don't like that you accepted that and you left. Because children don't understand complexities of the soul. They just understand I love my mom. And I want her to be with me always, to protect me, to love me, to care for me. And so when she goes, you'll see a lot of children that suffer from their mom passing away. They tend to have anger for no reason. And psychologists will say, why are you angry at your mom for leaving? And they just don't know, and they burst out in tears. And it turns out they're just angry with God. They're angry with death. They feel cheated. And it's not fair. And it ends up being a void in their heart, a sadness and a void that they feel, which is an emptiness. And it really boils down to that. But in relationships, those poor people end up being with someone who is absent. Either absent in a job or absent emotionally, just not present in the marriage. Or someone who may also die, or someone who may divorce and leave. Because that cycle is repeating itself, that the one I love will leave me. And so sometimes those cycles are divorce or a very lonely marriage. Again, it's the cycle. I mean, these are just examples. You don't all have to go along with them, but this is what's coming up for someone in a cycle. 4 of Cups. I feel hopeless in a relationship. There's the Mother, there's the Moon. All right, my emotions, my feelings are very deep. I love and I love hard. 2 of Cups. I want a relationship. I want that marriage. I want that connection. I want that beautiful closeness. I desire it. I crave it. I want it. But I am replanting the same seed. I need a breath of fresh air. A breakthrough is coming. You are going to make sense of your cycles. There's going to be a rush of emotions, and sudden change is coming up for you. Expect a breakthrough. You're about to have new growth, actually seeing results. You're about to break your cycle. The next card that comes out is the Chariot. Cancerian's coming up again, I can't lie. 4 of Cups is Cancerian. The Moon card is Cancerian. 2 of Cups is Cancerian. And the Chariot is Cancerian. There's something here with Cancer. 29 people in the room may be another sign. So is 18. All right. Did someone die of cancer? Could be a sign. Or was your mother or grandmother falling under the zodiac sign of Cancer? Cancerian. Do you have a moon in Cancerian? Or a Venus in Cancerian? Or a Jupiter in Cancerian? Possible your moon is in the 4th house. Your moon could be in the 4th, under any sign. But there is a 4th house Cancerian connection between you and the one you love, and it stems to your moon, to the Mother somehow. Okay? So cycles, we have the Chariot. We have Judgment. I'm hearing life after death or death because you only get judgment through death. The angel is blowing his trumpet. He's made it to heaven. Judgment's here. This is the time where the book of life, the scrolls are opened, and we get to read, what have you done with your life? So judgment is a bit of reflection. Next, we have the King of Cups. Next, we have the Seven of Swords. Next, we have the Four of Wands. Oops. There's that 4 again. 4, 4. All right. I feel there are secrets in the marriage. Scorpio vibes. No matter what happens in your cycle, when you get involved in a marriage, in a union, in an actual committed relationship, there tends to be secrets, emotional secrets. And you know it's wrong, or this person knows it's wrong, but there's secrets. There's secret lovers. There's secret lovers while in this relationship. And whether you know it or not, this happened, something revolving around your mom. Whether she was the product of a secret relationship, or she had a secret relationship, or there were big emotional secrets in the relationship. Also, a cycle that I see is moving quickly into marriage and falling in love quickly. Yeah. And this is something that is a cycle. Maybe your mom fell in love quickly, got married quickly, or grandmother, you know, that moon where it follows. But there's this marriage quickly, moon, love quickly. And again, when you love hard. Judgment, King of Cups. You go all in. But it's strange that even when you go all in, there's secrets. What are these secrets? What are these lies? Dependent. A lot of the times when this person gets into a marriage or relationship, it's because they're dependent. April Wine, thank you so much for that comment. Miss Sure Kindly, my children are protect. You only see them when it's okay. There is a strong line or wall between them and the rest of the world. My mask protects them, as well as because I am my sister's keeper. Okay, I don't quite understand where you're going with that, but I know you do, so that's great. I'm glad that you're expressing yourself. All right, so anyways, in this in this secret relationship, it's like one of the secrets that maybe is not expressed is, I'm here because I need to be here. Again, this is a cycle that maybe your mother married quickly out of dependence. Your mother may have married, and I don't care if you're a male or a female, okay? But your mom may have married for commodity, for money, for a green card. Maybe because she was pregnant and she needed to get married. Maybe because this person had a much better promising life. Maybe there were big benefits to being married. I'm not saying there was no love, because I see love, King of Cups. But there was also this dependence, and that is a 7 swords energy. So one of the 7 secrets is codependence. We could pull a couple more secrets. Tell me more about the secrets with the 7 of Swords. We've got codependence. Is there something else? Sellout. Somebody, mother, you, however you see it, wanted to escape a situation. We have escapist. And even my 7 of Swords is escape. So somebody had to escape. Look at that. Somebody had to escape another situation, so they used that marriage as reason. They did. Your mother or grandmother and you use this marriage as an escape from your own family, from your own problems, from your own issues. This marriage is an escape. And this is a cycle. It takes you away from a family dynamic, a family situation, whatever it was. So the sellout is, I took the best possible deal that I could get at the time. I'm not saying it was the best for me. I wouldn't know if it was the best for me. I just took it. I took the deal. And in exchange for my marriage, in exchange for me, I religiously served this marriage. And it drained me. It depleted my energy. It took out pieces of me that I let go. I sold out my morality. I sold out my desires. I sold out my dreams. I sold out everything that I really wanted so I could sacrifice and put myself into this marriage. It didn't matter what I wanted to be. It didn't matter where I wanted to be. It didn't matter what I wanted to have. It didn't matter. What mattered was, I'm involved, I'm committed, I have to give myself to this, and I need them, so I'm going to do it. I have to trade that. I have to trade my wants and desires for this life. Why? Because I need escape. What's another secret here in this cycle? Cycles. Ruthless. Wow, ruthless. Keep in mind, sometimes this mother moon may be a stepmom or a mother figure, someone that raised you. I want to bring it up that a lot of times the moon will still represent a female energy that was an archetype that raised you, grew you, and nurtured you in some way. Even if there was a lack of it, it was her place. So just keep that in mind as well. Not only does it connect with your biological mom, it may also connect with the mother who raised you, okay? So we have this ruthless energy as part of your cycle. Bottom of the deck is guarded. I feel like you had to walk on pins and needles. You had to walk on eggshells with the mother figure. And in your marriage, in a cycle, in a union, you walk on eggshells. Crip, 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 crip. I mean, you are crip walking. You are creeping. You are definitely on pins and needles as a cycle in your relationship. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to set this person off. Libra energy here, right? I have to be balanced. I don't want to set anything off out of balance. Otherwise, havoc, chaos, mess. So I'm going to remain guarded, which is I'm not fully going to open up in my relationship. Because if I open up and let this person know my deepest, darkest secrets or feelings, they could use that against me, which may be something that your mother did as well. You would confess something secret and personal to you, to your mom, and she would throw it in your face. Look at that decision you made. Look at how you feel about that. That is wrong. Look at what you want. That is stupid. And you learned, I'm not going to share that with my mom. I'm not going to open up like that. It's only going to be used against me. It doesn't matter how romantic and emotionally close I am to someone. There has to be some level of guarding because that person could be ruthless one day in a fight and use it against me. So you might have grown up with a mother or mother figure that was kind of ruthless, kind of didn't care, and would just throw things at you that knew hurt you. And so your current spouse or the cycles in your relationships are the same way. They may tend to take something personal, a confession, a feeling, and use it against you. Well, you're only this way because you were abused as a child. Well, you're only this way because you keep getting used and abused by your exes. And you're taking that out on me. They take these personal confessions and throw it at you. And you're like, wow, I opened up to you because I thought I felt safe. Now I just feel guarded. And this is a cycle that you've been going through with the mother figure also. What's another secret here in this relationship? Medicating. There's a form of self-medication that you use in your relationship, and it may be a form of medication that you used growing up. This could be drinking, as the picture portrays. It could also be drugs. It could also be sex. It could be eating. It could be working out. It could be focused on education or work. It could be you're in the garage all day fixing up an old car. Whatever your form of self-medication, just understand that that is a cycle. And you have done this before with a mothering energy. This is a family cycle. And part of your cycle is, I always do this, whatever this particular medication is. I always do this to feel fixed, to get off stress, to relieve it, to feel loved, to feel good enough, to feel wanted, to forget about these painful memories and feelings. I always do this. So just know part of your situation in your relationship cycle is a repetitive medication that you prescribe yourself to get through the problems in your relationship. The question is it a normal coping skill or is it a very toxic, not normal coping skill? Let's get some more secrets. Secrets, Seven of Swords, in the relationship, in the cycle. I found what my soul is searching for you. Stripping down feminine beliefs. Again, you're always searching for your mother or mother type figure in someone in a relationship. That's the I found what I was searching for. Literally, your secret is you are trying to marry your mother. You're trying to marry your grandmother or your mother figure. Even if you're a woman marrying a man, you're marrying your mother. For example, maybe your mom is a perfectionist. She's good looking. She's in control. She's in a masculine energy. She's resourceful. She's very clean. She's always on the go, 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 go. And she expects a lot out of you. And you have to jump leaps and bounds to get her attention, to please her. Who do you marry? You marry a man who is always on the go, busy, 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 perfectionist, clean, seemingly unenchanted by your energy, in which you're always trying to jump up and down and say, hey, I'm over here, look at me, I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to earn your love, spend some time with me. So you're trying to be an overachiever to get his attention. Just like you did when you were young, trying to get good grades, trying to be beautiful, trying to be good in sports, trying to do this and that, trying to get your mom's affections and attention. So now in your relationship, you're saying, hey, look at me. I'll do all the sex you want. I'll be a fucking porn star. I'll be a fucking chef. I'll be a fucking gorgeous model. I'll fulfill your every fantasy. Just look at me. And then when they come to you and they give you that attention, you feel, I fixed something. I mastered it. I got the attention that I wanted, that I've been seeking. But then they're busy going again, and you're just feeling rejected, Four of Cups, hopeless. Why am I not good enough to hold this person's attention? Again, because you're seeking that validation from your mother through your partner. Because you didn't fix the karma with her. So you're trying to fix it with him. Which is true in astrology. Rahu, Ketu, Venus, Jupiter, Moon. Yeah, you've got karmas to fulfill. Lessons to learn and achieve. It's good. I'm not saying it's a bad, unhealthy thing. I'm just saying look at the cycles. Recognize them so you can look at them properly and say, I see. Refreshing. Breath of fresh air. I see. I see this now. And I'm having a breakthrough. I get it. I fucking get it. Now I can grow. New growth. Okay? I'm getting this. I'm getting this. And that's not healthy. You know, that's a toxic thing. I don't want to be in a cycle again and again because I haven't mastered it. Let me see what I need to do to master this because I keep seeking out this partner. And that was just an example. For some men, you know, it may be literal. For some men, your mom was the epitome person and you loved her and you felt loved and nurtured by her and you want to replace that. And you want to find a wife that looks like her, resembles her, and treats you like her. But what if your mom was toxic? Then you are seeking out an abandoner. You're seeking out a rejecter. You're seeking out an abuser. And a lot of men will seek that out in their spouse. An emotionally detached, psychologically emotionally abusive woman that maybe uses you and discards you, because that's what a man is good for. That's what the mother thought. And the mother had her own psychological issues of her mother and so on. So you see how the family cycles and trickles down these experiences which become your reality, which become your cycles. And I'm not saying it's on the dot exactly cookie cutter. I lived the life my mom had and her mom, so on and so on. I mean, in some cases, maybe it is cookie cutter. But for a lot of cases, it's not cookie cutter. But there's a lot of similarities. Broken families, long distance relationships, divorces. Abuse, drinking, cheating. Children out of another marriage, children because you wanted to trap someone and be dependent, marriages for dependent reasons. In this particular case, there is a cycle of dependence. I am married because I'm dependent on this person's paycheck. Quite literally, I need their paycheck to survive. Or I need their fucking emotional support. I'm dependent on them. Or I feel abandoned and this person's mom reminds me of my mom. And I don't love her, but I love her mom. And I'm dependent on that. Whatever it is, there's dependence. Anyways, we're going to keep going. What's another secret in this union, in this relationship, in this cycle? What's another secret? What's another secret? Well, we got 2 of them, so we're just going to take it. So that's 6, 7. Yeah, 7 secrets. One is I can't let go, I'm grasping. So one of the secrets here in a cycle is for some reason, I can't let this person go. I'm attached, I'm dependent, I'm grasping. I just can't seem to let myself let go of this marriage, of this relationship. Next, I miss your warmth, the cold shoulder. Someone is in a relationship trying to get love and validation and emotional affection from a spouse or partner that is constantly giving you the cold shoulder. And you can't seem to find the strength to let them go. It doesn't matter because you're constantly trying to gain that love from the mother who's not giving that to you all the time. So you are in a race, going and running and trying to achieve this goal of I'm going to get the affections from my partner. What I'm sensing with this reading also is, I have a true love that wants to love me, cherish me, nurture me, hold me. But I am attracted, cycles, to this other person who is giving me the cold shoulder. Because I want to master my karma. I want to achieve that person's affection. I just want to get there. I want to master that person. It's like I want a bad boy or a bad girl to be good only for me. I want this hard-ass, badass guy or this hard-ass, badass girl to become soft and loving and warm only for me. It's that achievement. There is this climb here. I want to achieve the epitome. I want to conquer, which when you want to conquer a partner and make them become whatever that vision is of yours, you know what that comes from? Mars in the 7th house, or Mars with Venus, maybe even Mars aspecting Venus. But Mars, astrologically, is to conquer. Hail the conquering heroes. Mars is putting a flag and saying, I've conquered this. So Mars in your chart is your drive. Where is your Mars? Because Mars is like going to the moon and putting our flag on the moon and saying we were here first. I conquered the moon. I conquered space. It's an ego thing. A lot of people have Mars in the 4th house, which is, I want to own houses. I want to conquer real estate. I want to achieve home ownership. I also want to master myself by being a wife or a husband and having a successful family. I also want to ensure that I can create life, that I can have biological babies. So Mars in the 4th is like, I want to conquer that. Mars in the 1st house is, I want to be the best version of my best self. I want to conquer my body. I want to be the most athletic God you've ever seen. I want to be the most competitive, the most whatever, athleticism, sexiness, all eyes on me, the best speaker in the house, the best everything. That's an overachiever. Mars in the 1st house is an overachiever of self. Depending on what zodiac sign is in that house with them in the 1st, perhaps it's Virgo. They want to be a doctor, a great surgeon. Perhaps it's Cancer in the 1st house. They want to be an excellent, perfect mother. Perhaps it's Leo in the 1st house. They want to be the most famous. They want to be looked at, loved by all. And perhaps it's in Capricorn. They want to be the most successful, the most wealthy. They want to put a legacy out there. You know, so yes, it has something to do with the zodiac sign, which affects this, but Mars is about conquer. And I'm just using those as an example because somebody that wants to conquer their spouse, this is a Mongolic. And it is 12th, 1st, 4th, 7th, or 8th house. Sometimes the 2nd, I'm not a big fan of it, but sometimes, okay? But those are all I want to conquer the spouse in different ways. In this particular way, I feel it's Mars in the 4th house or the 7th because it's about home, marriage, relationship, especially the 7th. And by conquering you, I conquer my mother. By having a successful marriage, I feel I've achieved something. And by gaining your love and your respect and your this and your that, I feel successful. And that's very Mars in the 4th house too, which is if I conquer you and I attain your love and attention and dedication and you're soft for me, then I have conquered my mom. And I can get over what she did. And I could feel good about myself. This is all I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel worthy, and I want to feel loved, and I want to have value. Someone here maybe only values themselves if they're married. Some people grow up in a culture, maybe it's your mom, who grew up saying, you're not anything of a woman if you're not married. You're an old spinster. You're nobody. You have to be married to be anything. If you're not married, what are you? Your mother may have grown up like that. You may unconsciously believe that same thing. If I'm not married and successful in it, I'm not a worthy person. So I have to try really, really hard at my marriage. Otherwise, my value, my stock, way down. And if you guys are going around single, unmarried and feeling like shit, well, there you go. Because your stock, your value is way down based on that opinion, if that's you. A lot of you guys, it's not you, but look, a lot of you guys are in a codependent relationship with someone that you just can't let go of. And it's very simple. It is because you have not attained the level of love that you should think you deserve to be worthy. It's not even that you're super in love, that you're super happy with them. It's that you have a goal and you need to master this. It's not about controlling the person, conquering the person. It's about conquering your karma through that person. Yeah? I told you I was working, remember? Okay. Let's go ahead and get a spiritual as fuck card. Again, this reading today is not current events. It's not a relationship reading per se. I mean, there's a relationship in here, but it's not per se the focus. This reading is about your cycles. Okay? The card that comes out is sometimes everything is going wrong for the right reasons. Sometimes everything is going wrong for the right reasons. And this may be very hard to accept. Your current cycle is everything's being trashed again. The rug's being pulled out from under me. Everything's going wrong. Why? Because something great is going to come out of this. If a marriage is ending, something great's going to be better after this. If a job is ending, something great's going to come after this. Perhaps your job is really shitty. Perhaps you hate your fucking job. You hate showing up. You hate being there, but you're used to it. You're used to the cycle. So you're going to keep showing up. But you realize it's just not going right. They keep shorting you money. They're short on your check. They're not giving you the hours you're supposed to get. They call you in on your day off sometimes. This job is not going right. I'm just using an example. But you stick around anyways. You can't let go. That's your cycle. You can't let go. You're dedicated to this job. This job will pay off eventually. I like the schedule, even though I hate the job. Whatever. But guess what? It's going wrong for the right reasons. That job is turning really shitty because you're supposed to own your own business. And it's taught you everything you need to know about owning your own business like that. So your job is similar to what your business would be. So you've learned the ins and the outs of how that business dynamic works. Now, for the right reasons, it's going really shitty and you're about to lose this job or quit so you can go start up your own business. And it doesn't feel like that's the right way, but it is. It's the right way. Just an example. If you've been wanting your life to get better, you're often forgetting that in order to change the status quo of your life, it needs to get shaken up. And the stuff that no longer makes you happy, no longer serves you, no longer fulfills you, needs to leave to make room for the good shit. We all love the phoenix rising from the ashes, But we forget the part where her nest is on fire. And she's on fire. And shit is scary as fuck. Remember, you want to be the phoenix, but you got to learn to love the fire, or at least handle the fire. This goes for relationships also. If you're in a relationship and it is not going right, I mean it is going every fucked up way. You're fighting every week. Sex is beginning to suck in a bad way. Intimacy is, you don't feel it anymore. The emotional connection is detached. You don't even feel connected like a friend to this person anymore. You hate and you dread going home. Ugh, I don't want to go home and deal with this person. Ugh, I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to sleep next to this person. Ugh, it's a family holiday. I'm going to have to look across the way at this person. Ugh, that's everything going wrong. Everything's fucking going wrong. The fights, the breakup, all those feelings is wrong. It's so it can go wrong, burn, so you can make room for the good relationship. You're not supposed to feel those things in a relationship. Sure, you can get tired of someone, but you're not supposed to dread them. Dreading them and being tired of them are two different things. You need to have some level of comfort. And if your mind is constantly on another partner, I want to fuck that other partner. I'm fantasizing about that other partner. I want to call that other partner. I wonder what that other partner's doing. I wonder who's with that other person. Like, if you're constantly thinking or feeling these things about another person, know that it's happening for a reason. And what's trying to leave you is trying to burn so you can be the phoenix, rise again, and have another relationship. And sometimes that means multiple relationships. Sometimes you're meant to have 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships. Maybe more, especially if you're Mongolic. And that's okay. Let go of the feeling that you're unworthy unless you have a successful marriage. Sometimes in your chart, you're not meant to have a successful marriage. You're meant to have a lot of failed marriages. A lot of them. Sometimes that's your karma, but let that go. Stop trying to make this person who is ruthless and unattached from you love you. Stop chasing someone that doesn't love you the way you deserve to be loved. These are part of the 7 swords, the 7 secrets, the escape that you need to get away from, the karma that you need to face and get away from. These are the things. Stop selling yourself out of dependency. I depend on their paycheck. I depend on their whatever the fuck, their emotional comfort, well-being. I depend on her mom to make me feel like I have a mom. I depend on her to pay bills when I can't. I depend on her or him to be supportive of my children or family. I depend on this person. Stop it. That's your cycle. Find what makes you live free and independent. Let go. Sometimes everything goes wrong for the right reasons. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. Tell me more about this person's cycles with the Union card, 4 of Wands. Let's clarify the 4 of Wands, which is this card, guys. Your cycles in marriage. Cycles in union. The Lantern. New opportunities. Bottom of the deck is Canoe, an upcoming adventure. Tin Cup, fulfilling work. You feel in a marriage, it's an adventure. We're going to tackle this adventure together like Shrek and Fiona, like the Princess Bride. There's a big adventure here. We're going to tackle this. This is an opportunity, again, to conquer, but it's exciting. So when you get involved in a relationship, there's this target, a mountain to climb. Maybe that's attaining a ring, attaining marriage. Maybe that's attaining a child. Maybe that's attaining, like I said earlier, that you've gained this hard-ass's love. You turned your bad boy into a good boy. You turned your bad girl into a good girl. There's this upcoming adventure, and it fulfills you. And you love it, and you have intense passion over it. And sometimes it's a much-needed escape. An escape from the daily grind. So you have a cycle of needing excitement in your marriage, excitement in your relationship. Perhaps once things get boring, you're out there seeking excitement again. This is a cycle. It's boring. I need drama. And again, this stems from your mother, right? Or your grandmother, like the motherly figure. We need excitement. We need drama. We need to stir things up a bit. You know what they call that? Trauma bond. And the trauma bond is starting with the family. Starting with that motherly energy, right? My mom and I always had drama. We always had a fight, and then we made up. We had an emotional, and then we fixed it. So you might thrive on the emotional instability. And so part of your cycle is to do that. Emotional instability. And that is where you're being led with the lantern. You're looking for the next drama-filled opportunity, the next fight to overcome, the next argument to solve. You're a problem solver. You're trying to fix things. You need to fix something. This is your cycle. This is why you're watching the video, because you're realizing I have cycles. And this is the refreshing energy you need to have a breakthrough. You need to hear this message so you're no longer doing these cycles. Because really, more than conquering this person, you want to conquer yourself. You want to overcome this karma. You want to be happy and whole. You don't want to be dependent. You don't want to sell yourself out and seek out this cold-shouldered, cold-hearted, ruthless individual that keeps shunning you. You don't want to earn their love. Why? You don't want to keep fixing yourself with these fixes of love bombing. You don't want them to tell you, I love you, I need you, I want you, only once in a while to give you a fix, like a drug. Well, see, they do love me. They do want me. They took me out to dinner. They saw me. They texted me. They called me. They showed up. Once. And how long? They wrote me back after how many times you wrote them? They gave me love and affection only to their selfish benefit. Fuck. And then you're realizing you're giving it all away. And this is your cycle. You're giving it all away. Why? Because you're so patient. You have so much patience. I'm forgiving of them. I'm understanding of them. I'm loving of them. Why? Because you understand your mother. You're forgiving of your mother. You get where your mom's coming from or your grandma came from. You understand their difficulties and why they were so difficult. So because you're forgiving of them, you're forgiving of this fucking partner. This is that cycle. And Judgment's like, now that you see, there's no excuse. That's the Lantern. You see now, what are you going to do about this? What does this person need to know? Spirit, what does this person need to know? I'm going to close my eyes and feel it. Bottom of the deck is Orchid. She who thrives, flourish, prosper, and blossom like the butterfly. You will heal. This is not always going to be an issue. I know this is stupid, but it's from the movie Encanto. That pretty sister, she's like, he told me that my da 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 da. I don't know, but I'm hearing, and thrive like the leaves on a vine. My magic will thrive like the leaves on a vine. I don't know, that's what I'm hearing. But what I like about her story is she made everything perfect. She was making flowers and just beautiful things. But really she wanted to make prickly cactuses. Unique things. But she didn't think her grandmother, hello mother, grandmother, she didn't think her grandmother would approve. Approve of what the fuck she really wanted to be. And ironically, again, she found value in being married. She was marrying for the family. She was making flowers for the family. Somebody here in this cycle wants to thrive like their family members, pleasing the grandmother or mother, because that's pleasing. And in that movie, she was like, do you know how stressful it is to always please everyone and sacrifice your wants and needs for everyone, and how hard it is to do that? And poof, there were little cactuses popping up. And she was like, look what I can make. I can make this unique, painful, beautiful thing. It's different. This person in the cycle wants a different life, a different husband, a different wife than their mom or dad, you know, different. This person wants to step outside of the family, be with someone foreign, or be with someone different, or be with someone with different religious beliefs and values, and be with someone very different from their mother. They desire that. They just have to break free from that cycle. You want to be with someone very different. You don't want to marry your mother, psychologically. So what are you going to do to fix that? You know, you have to thrive. You are going to thrive, but let's get the answer here. What are you going to do to fix this cycle? A lot of you already have thoughts and ideas. Good. Let your wheels turn. Come up with those thoughts and ideas right now. Let's see what the cards want to say too. What do you need to do to break this karmic cycle with your lovers, with your healing? Bottom of the deck is Mahakali. Wow, she's beautiful. I don't know what that means. Wish I could tell you. All right. So, down here, these 2 cards are some advice on how to break your cycle. Are you ready? First one is Tromo Nagmo, something to do with the snake. And for me, that is Rahu. Rahu, baby. Rahu, the north node of the moon. Good advice here. Look at your birth chart. If you're not sure where your north node or Rahu is, please check your birth certificate when you get a chance. Make sure you know the time and location of your birth, okay? Enter that in. You can do tropical if you want, but they don't really do Rahu. But if you do tropical, you'll see the north node, and that's something you need to conquer. If you're going to do Vedic sidereal astrology, which is what I study, it's going to be different. And you're going to want to pick the North Indian chart with the same information, okay, that your date and time and location of birth. If you want to check where I check the Vedic charts, Google search Vault of the Heavens, Lahiri, Ayanamsha. A-Y-A, Ayanamsha. Okay? So Google search that and you'll be able to enter your credentials there. There you will see an R-A, capital R, capital A. That is your Rahu. That is your north node. So this card comes up and says, I want you to look at your north node and conquer that motherfucker. You're going to have to conquer it. If it is in the first house, you're going to have to conquer yourself, your desires, your thoughts, the way you live, man. You're going to have to conquer yourself, your choices, your thoughts, your desires. You're going to have to conquer those things, and you're going to have to stop worrying about how people see you. So if Rahu's in the first house, you really give a fuck about how people see you. That's very important. Conquer that bitch. If it's in the second house, you need to conquer your financials. Get a hold of your financial issues, your savings, your work, and your food, your diet. So money and health, right there in the second house. Also, conquer some issues from childhood, inner childhood, okay? Conquer that. If Rahu's in the second house. If it's in the third house, you're going to have to conquer some piss poor relationships with friends and siblings. Find some way to forgive, work through those issues, or release it. You're also going to have to work harder on your dreams and desires for career and fame and your purpose in life, whether it's writing a book, leaving a legacy, helping people, creating something. You're going to have to conquer something personally for you and your targets, your desires, your drives, and you're going to have a better work ethic. So if Rahu's there, you're going to have to go after your dreams. If Rahu's in the fourth house, you're going to have to conquer your mom. Forgiveness of the mother, working through issues with the mother, getting counseling with the mother, issues with where you live. Mastering where you live and how comfortable that is. Find ways to conquer the affliction. Kriya Yoga is the best way to conquer a Rahu Ketu energy, especially if it's in the first and the seventh house. But Kriya Yoga is very good. If your Rahu's in the fifth house, you're going to have to conquer issues with your children. Forgive them, love them, nurture them, heal them, be good to them, be responsible for them. Teach them, guide them, put them first. If Rahu's there, you're going to have to love your children. Also, making children, having babies. Whether you're trying to not do it or you're doing it too much, you're going to have to conquer your energy with your children. And also, you're going to have to conquer your sexual drive if Rahu's in the fifth. Conquer your constant, incessant need to have more children, nurture children that maybe you can't be there for. And be there for the ones that you have. And stop trying to, example, Rahu's in the 5th house for Angelina Jolie. She doesn't take very good care of her own children. Sure, she provides, but she's not there mentally and emotionally to raise them as they should. And she's more worried about saving children from Cambodia, from Africa, traveling the world, educating children, and she's leaving her children in the dust. Follow me to another country. Skip your classes. Dress like a boy if you want. I don't give a fuck. Smoke crack. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. She's very lenient. She loves having babies. But the point is, her fucking karma is to master that shit for herself. Give a fuck about your kids and be there for them before you start traveling the world and trying to be there for others. That old saying, take care of your roost, your nest, your home, before you start trying to take care of others. So that's the 5th house Rahu. Care for your own household. Care for your own kids. Don't worry about everybody else's. It's like wanting foster kids when your kids are struggling emotionally, psychologically, financially. The fuck? Anyways. Rahu in the 6th house. Karmas to conquer with the snake. Health, enemies, court, legalities. You need to conquer something with changing your name, getting adopted, becoming legal somewhere, finishing school, serving others, donating your time to places in need, helping animals, making peace with your enemies, not always trying to fight everybody, getting control of your temper, getting some form, again, Kriya Yoga. Rahu's in the 6th, meditate, calm your ass down because you have a really bad temper. Stop fluffing and puffing like you're all that. You're a badass when you know you're not. Your ass is going to get beat. Stop trying to master that. Try to master your mind. Try to master your anger. Also deal with your health concerns. If Rahu's in the 6th, you have some serious health concerns. Maybe it's diabetes. Maybe it's worse. Maybe it's cancer. Maybe it's smoking you need to conquer. Could definitely be smoking, drinking, overeating. Like, conquer that shit. You need to conquer the habits of the body. And conquer the habits of being angry all the time. Being upset, bitter, being a negative Nelly. Being someone else's enemy and looking for enemies and getting it, stop the enemy bullshit. Conquer it. And conquer what you need to legally. Handle your business and your affairs on paper. Get that shit settled. Of course, donation of time and all that is great. Also, handle your debts, because the 6th house is debts. With Rahu there, you're going to have a lot of debt, an explosion of debt, which could be good because it means you might own a lot of things. But work on conquering your debt. Figure out a way to pay some of that off. Anyways, if Rahu's in the 7th house, what do you need to conquer? Ooh, my right ear just went ringing. Conquer your incessant need to be married. Marriage is not the end-all, be-all of your life. If Rahu's there in the 7th, you have this incessant, obsessive desire to be married, to carry someone's last name or to give someone your last name. And there is this constant, I need that. I need to have conquered that. I need to value that. I need to be Mrs. So-and-so, or I need to be Mr. So-and-so, I need to have that. Also, this overgiver If Rahu is in the 7th, you have this incessant obsession with giving of yourself to everyone else. Giving your time, giving your energy, giving your money, giving your body. Sexual desires are going to be something you need to conquer also with Rahu there. You may be having a very high sex drive. You need to conquer some of that, get some control over some of that sex drive. Because that's not all it's about. It's good to have that, but you're going to have to conquer something with that. Maybe it's a porn addiction. Maybe it's a sex addiction. You know, you have to think Rahu is smoke and mirrors, and he does represent addictions. Multiple partners. Cheating. Having affairs. Conquer that. If Rahu's in the 7th, think about these and the need for affairs. Multiple partners. You're never satisfied. Rahu there, you're never satisfied. And whenever you get into a relationship with someone and you conquer them, you're like, I've got it. You feel like they don't satisfy you. This relationship isn't all that. This marriage isn't what I thought it would be. This isn't the kind of man or woman I really wanted to marry. This isn't the kind of spouse I really wanted. You're not acting like the spouse I want. You're not acting like the sex partner I want. You're not giving me the kind of sex I want. You're not giving me the love and affection I want. And you're going to look for something else. Find peace. Again, Kriya Yoga. Sometimes you're going to get a partner and there's going to be a lot of disappointments. You're going to need to make peace with those expectations of people and the expectations people have of you. There's this overgiving there in the 7th, and you need to figure it out because it's overgiving from you and an expectation of an overgiving from other people. Don't expect that. Anyways, moving on. Rahu in the 8th house. Okay, conquering your in-laws. Karma. You've got karma with the in-laws. You may fight with them. You may have a very odd up and down relationship with them. Figure it out. Make peace. Giving them too many gifts or not giving them enough could be an issue. Inheritances could be an issue. Make sure that you're not blind in being fair. Fair and balanced in the 8th house. It is the gifts of the marriage. So when you have Rahu there, you might have an explosion of property, an explosion of jewelry, an explosion of inheritance. Remember to be fair and balanced with that gift. And it could be gone at any day. So invest it wisely. Don't overspend it. You could have a tendency to splurge with Rahu in the 8th. You might also have some karma with the occult, mysticism, secret knowledge, secret wisdom, and sexual affairs. Conquer your own karma with the needs for excessive affairs and excessive spending and the desire to marry like a gold digger. Be careful with that. Conquer your obsessions with value of properties, value of gold, value of materialism. Anyways, Rahu in the 9th house. Conquer your issues with religion and spirituality, your beliefs. Your beliefs are fucked up. Rahu is like unorthodox, rebel, extremist. You might be a psycho-extremist Christian. You might be a psycho-extremist Islamist. You might be a psycho-extremist Buddhist, or, these are the people that are stricter than fuck. And they go all out in the religion, like Gandhi, like Mother Teresa, like super duper uber duper, you know, overdoer of religion and beliefs. Calm that ass down. Conquer that. Your way is not the only way. Your way is not just the right way. There are many ways to the path of enlightenment. And so you may have to ease up on your heavy belief system because you place way too much value on something and you're an extremist. Calm that ass down. Kriya yoga, again, meditation, mantras, that shit down. Your snake, the head of the snake is going crazy over there in the 9th house. You also have an obsession to travel to far places and take on their religion. So it's like you're from America, but you travel to India and you adapt whatever Hindu belief and you go all out and then you start judging other Hindus on their beliefs and you're not even from there. And they're looking at you like you're a fucking foreigner. And you're like, I care more about this than you do. And there's a lot of people like that. I know of one. I'm just saying, I'm not going to blow his name out there. I know of one YouTuber that is fucking that. I wonder if he has Rahu in the 9th. He is like, he speaks the language. He fucking writes books on that shit. He's a white boy from like Jersey. Like, I don't fucking know. But he thinks he's a fucking Indian. He's fucking hilarious. I'm like, do you have Rahu in the 9th house? Like, what the fuck? He's such a judgy person. Anyways, if you have Rahu there, you might tend to be judgy. You know, watch your ass, okay? So conquer your karma with that. You don't want to be psycho about it. Like, you need to find balance. All of these Rahus in these houses is like, find balance. Find balance in that house. That's the conquering of your karma. Anyways, Rahu in the 9th is also an obsession with the grandfather and the respect of masculine authority. I'm going to leave it there. If you have karma there, deal with it. Find balance. If Rahu's in the 10th house, there is an obsession to work too much. Workaholic. Yeah, you don't know when to call it quits at the office or at any job. You might work 90 hours a week, and that's perfectly okay with you. Your work is life. Instead of life being enjoyable, it's become your job. You're supposed to work to live, not live to work. So conquer your balance there with Rahu in the 10th house. And know that you don't have to dedicate yourself to your employer or your business so heavily. That your family needs time from you. You keep sacrificing your family, Ketu's in the 4th. You keep sacrificing them for work. And you say, I'm working for them, but you're missing them. So again, family work balance is needed if Rahu is in the 10th. Anyways, Rahu's in the 11th. Now, this is an obsession with gain, money, wishes, wish fulfillment, pleasure, friends, popularity. You want the yacht, you want the mansion, you want the boat. The first person I like to think of in that would be the guy from that movie, Wolf on Wall Street. He had to do cocaine. He had to have lots of friends. He had to be on opiates. He had to be on pills every day. He wanted crazy sex, sex in the office, sex at home, the most sexual, beautiful wife, the most beautiful big mansion, the yachts, the helicopters, just an excessive extent of pleasure, seeking desires and wish fulfillment and wealth. The 11th house is the gains of career and work. So with Rahu there, I'm never satisfied with everything I buy. I can buy a gold Rolex and I still want another one. I can buy this mansion on the fucking Beverly Hills and I still want a mansion in, you know, fucking the Hamptons and somewhere else. And, you know, I want them. So conquer the need for like a level of, how do you say, like, look at me, look at me, look at who I am. I forget the word, but how people see you. Deal with that. Find balance on making a name for yourself. These are also people that aren't rich that want to be looking like they're rich. These are broke ass people on Section 8 and welfare, fucking food stamps, having iPhones, nails done, fucking Gucci, Versace, Jordans. They're going around town like, look at me, look at my shoes, look at my outfit, look at my car, look at everything I have.
This is the best French bread ever.
I'm glad you like it.
It's just so good.
Good, you have it all, baby. So, you know, these are those people that are broke, but they want to look rich. You know, they may live in a fucking roommate household and they're driving around in a Lamborghini or a Mercedes. And you're like, you're looking like you're living large, but you're not. You're broke as fuck. And Rahu will do that. Rahu will fluff you up. I have a friend who's in real estate. He's probably got a Rahu in the 11th. He travels. He brags about it. He puts it on Facebook. Look at all my fucking travels. Every month he's traveling to fucking everywhere. He's even been to Dubai. He's just every fucking where. He's got this beautiful girlfriend. He takes pictures of her ass and shows her on Facebook in the pool, like everything. Like, look what I get to wake up to. And he rents out Lamborghinis. He doesn't own one, but he rents them. And he'll spend them for like a day or two and he'll drive around town. Look at me in my Lamborghini. It's not even his. And he takes videos of these mansions that he's selling in these houses. And his own house that he owns is average. He owns a house, but it's 1980s. It needs work. It's an average house. But see, that's the bragging. Look at me, look at me. And does he wear suits, cufflinks? Oh yeah, gets his hair done, yeah, all that. Ciroc bottles, party like it's 1999 in his fucking Facebook. But the people that really know him know that he gets his wealth from his father, who owns the brokerage that he works for. His father's rich, not him. He has that job because of his father. And anyways, conquer your karma, Rahu in the 11th house. If you feel the incessant need to impress people or to show off, balance. Rahu in the 11th could also be super altruistic, someone that wants to, quite the opposite, you know, sacrifice so much of their money to give it all away. Like, I'm giving away millions of dollars to Africa. I'm giving away my whole paycheck to this fucking foundation. I'm giving away my freedom to go be over here in this other country and homeschool these kids. You know, Rahu there in the 11th is like the incessant obsession with their spending. And it's neither good nor bad either way. It's like you're either overdoing it over here or you're overdoing it over here. Find some fucking balance. Anyways, that's your story. Rahu in the 11th, you need balance, man. Rahu in the 12th, finally, fucking last. Because we're talking about this because of this card, okay? Excuse my voice, it's getting tired. If you have Rahu in the 12th house, karmas that you may be dealing with is jail, hospital, sickness. Also giving it all away. Because it's the house of loss. You may give away, just much like the 11th sometimes, giving away all your money. Here, take it. You may give it to a spouse, you may give it to your kids, you may give it to friends. You may squander what you have because you want to help others. So you may not pay your own rent or your own mortgage, but you'll go pay someone else's. You may not have the money to splurge on Christmas, but you splurge, and then you're broke. You don't pay your bills. Rahu can do that, and an excessive need to give to people, to things. You may also have a tendency to give away your property, your car, your houses, through marriage. Anyways, you lose it because you're getting divorced and you constantly get married to some idiot without signing a prenup, and then there goes your car, there goes your house. There goes your credit. Or maybe it's not marriage, maybe it's just relationships. You get involved in relationships, you give them everything, and then you end up fucked. Get balance. Also, we have kind of someone who would be obsessed with health. Those cleanliness freaks, those people that worry about germs, germaphobe. You might be someone like that. You might be too much on that edge. Clean, 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 over clean freak. Like your house is like a hospital. You might be someone that takes too many medicines, or you worry too much about illness and sickness. You may be someone who also worries about going to jail way too much, or you're quite the opposite. You're very sick and you're always in jail. You might be also someone who's obsessed with death. Those fucking goth people always, you know, I don't know, some people that want to be vampires, some people that want to obsess about the underworld, death, people that want to obsess about supernatural, spiritual things. Someone with Rahu in the 12th could also be a, how do you say, fanatic about aliens, a fanatic about other worlds, a fanatic about spiritual things that they're just obsessed with, and they're just like, I'm so into that world. I'm not part of this world. You know what I'm saying? So if you have Rahu in the 12th, don't be so obsessed that you want to die, leave this world to go home to your home planet, that you're not even fucking present. There's a lot of spiritual people with Rahu in the 12th that all you see them on TV is, I want to go home to my homeland. I want to go home to my home alien tribe, my own alien planet. I'm not supposed to be here. I want to be abducted. I don't want to be here. Rahu in the 12th. So obsessed with the other things that I'm not here. So balance is being present. Enjoy where you're at here. Stop being so detached. Stop being so worried about germs that you don't enjoy life. Stop being so worried about bad things that could happen that you're not happy in this life. Stop giving away everything to someone because you don't feel worthy enough when you are enough. It's the house of loss. So you get it. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done. I'm so sorry. Jeez Louise, that was too much. Some people like it when I talk about that. Some people don't. But at least I shared it with you. So what you should do about your Rahu, guys. She arises instinctively responding to a severe threat in your well-being. Freedom and sacred fulfillment. Her fierce form causes the impure to tremble and the pure of heart to move close. She is ferocious in her wrath against injustice. Dispense with thoughts of vengeance. Pray for mercy for all beings, especially those trapped in patterns of consciousness, harmful towards themselves and others. Open your heart to her heart and allow her to attend to all matters of karma while you remain true to your higher self. She arrives in support of confronting a powerful darkness within inside yourself and others in this world. The Tibetan Buddhism, Dakini, the sky dancer, is a feminine Tromanogmo. It is fiercely protective, divine feminine. She's a protective being upon who can meditate. As we place our focus upon her, we enter into her being of sanctuary. So what this card is saying is meditation is prime to solve your Rahu. Kriya Yoga, but also meditation. Do meditation to calm Rahu. There is mantras for Rahu, meditations for Rahu. Do that, okay? That's really going to help. But notice how it talked about the darkness inside you. Part of your karma with Rahu is it's dark. Your Rahu is fucked up. He's a malefic being. He's the head of a snake. He's selfish. He's boastful. He's greedy. He wants what he wants and he doesn't give a fuck how he gets it. He can be a criminal. Okay, Rahu is not something to brag about. We all have it though. But your Rahu is your shadows, your smoke and mirrors, the dark parts of you. So in order to conquer your Rahu, you need to conquer your shadows. Your anger, your vengeance because of injustice. Pray for mercy. Pray for forgiveness. Don't let Rahu overtake your ego. Tromanagmo is our black, wrathful mother of tantric wisdom. Our mother, she is available to all hearts who need protection. She is fierce. She's spiritual protection at the highest level. She is associated with the practice of Kayad, which completes fearlessness, rapid spiritual growth, and the severing of attachments, which is exactly what we're talking about today, guys. Your cycles. Rahu is your cycles. And the cycles we talked about: dependence, ruthlessness, chasing someone who's not treating you right, medicating, finding comfort in abuse, not being able to let go, obsessing about the pain, obsessing about hurt and mistreatment. Cut that out. That's unhealthy. You have a toxic cycle to please that mother archetype. That's not good to you. And this card says the only way to do that is meditation, healing, and prayer, and asking your Divine Mother to help you. If you felt as though the way forward in your karma has been barred, this is a saying that you're going to get help. There's going to be a spiritual intervention. You're going to be liberated. That breakthrough is coming. You may not understand her wisdom. You may not understand Rahu's wisdom and the method which Rahu took you through darkness. But you can trust that what happened was for your better good. And any pain you may be experiencing while healing your karma with Rahu was only allowed to continue to be better for you. When a boundary needs to be set, this is not a time to play nice. Set that fucking boundary. Don't pacify people and please them. These are people that take advantage of you and your circumstance, and they exploit your good nature. Detachment is the only way forward. Trust in her more now than you trust in your doubts and fears. All right? You can't play nice. Rahu's not going to play nice with you. He's going to tell you, but look at how shiny this is. Look at how good this is. Look at what this could be. He's the devil. He's the head of the snake. You ever heard of a snake charmers? You need to be a snake charmer. Listen, I know one trick with Rahu. Give Rahu something he likes, and he'll be pacified, and he won't fuck with the other parts of your life. Example, I don't know, let's just say Rahu's in the 11th, and you need that attention and spending and this and that. Pacify Rahu by being popular, by just getting fame, getting attention. Maybe you're super artistic and your art gets attention. But if Rahu gets something he likes, he's pacified. He'll always bug you for more. But you'll be meditating and calming his ass down. So he'll be alive and being the mean snake that he is in front of your face, like looking at you like, I want to strike, I want more. But you're going to play your flute, which is soothing, and you're going to meditate, and you're going to calm Rahu. If Rahu is in the 7th house and you have the incessant urge to sleep with another partner, have lots of sex, sex addiction, whatever, get experimental with your partner. Try new things, sexual, freaky things. That will sustain Rahu and calm him and pacify him, that he is trying new sexual things, that he won't be out seeking so many partners. I don't know, I'm just giving you guys some advice. You see what I'm saying? If Rahu likes to overeat, don't overeat, but maybe eat exquisitely. Rahu loves weird things, octopus, snails, if it's in the 2nd house. Certain types of Asian foods, Indian foods. He loves to indulge and overeat and all different kinds of things. Give him his favorite food, favorite unique food, maybe a very special sweet. And he's like, oh, that was good. Let him indulge a little bit, but not overdo it, but give him his favorites. If you give Rahu his favorites, he won't cause you, if you're meditating and fasting and doing what you need to do, he won't cause you to fuck up and fail. He'll be pacified. So we all have a snake in our lives. You need to learn how to pacify the snake. The spiritual people that want to conquer their cycles by saying, I'm a being of light, I'm an earth angel, I'm loving, I'm good, I'm kind, I'm altruistic, I'm giving, I never ask for anything, I'm just an angel. First of all, their ego just showed up, which was Rahu. And I fucking enjoy watching tarot readers say how good they are, because I love looking at their Rahu in the eyes and I'm like, look at you, little snake. You love fame. You love glory. You love ego. You love to say you're the best good person. You love to say you've conquered the darkness and look at me, how good I am. There's Rahu. So even when people pretend like they're so great, there's their Rahu. Their shadow side is they love attention. They love fame. They love glory, and they love to be looked up at. They need to embrace they have that ego. But a lot of times they're so sucked into themselves, they don't even embrace that because they believe they don't have a shadow. I don't have a shadow. I'm an angel. I'm an earth angel. Oh boy. I have fun with them. It's enjoyable. Those are the people that are in denial of their shadow side. Then you find people who are totally embracing their shadow side. And they're good people. Like, you'll see one of those big, tall, 6'6", dark Viking looking guys with tattoos all over their faces, piercings all over, fucking rings, black nail polish, black clothes, boots, metal everywhere. They have a look that could kill. And you're like, oh my God, that is a fucked up, dark, murderous person. And then they see this little kitten in the grass and are like, oh, come here, little kitty. Come here. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. I'm going to take you home, kitty. Oh, do you need some milk, kitty? And they get a little bottle and they feed the cat. And they're like, oh, look at the kitty. And you're like, you're not a hard ass. You wouldn't hurt a fly. You know, those are people that embrace their dark side. They're attracted to dark things. They like to be feared. They like to dabble in darkness, but they have a good side, you know. Those are balanced people, you know. So nothing's wrong with embracing your dark side, pacifying him, having balance. We love Rahu. He teaches us lessons about our desires. If we didn't have Rahu, we wouldn't be successful at anything we do in our lives. You wouldn't be a good mom. You wouldn't be a good artist. You wouldn't be a good tarot reader. You wouldn't be a good lawyer. You wouldn't be a good fucking jack shit without Rahu. He gives you that drive for ego, that drive for what you think is worthy and what you want, and go get it. So let's be happy about that.
I can smell, but not very well.
So, anyways, I forgot what I was saying. I hope you guys catch my drift. I'm not going to give you more examples. I'm boring you with that. I just want you to know, like, part of conquering your Rahu is just balance. You don't have to destroy him. You don't have to alienate him and get him out of your life. Welcome him. Make him feel welcome. Be grateful and appreciative of the dark things that he does send you, of the desires that you want, of your ego. There's nothing wrong with having an ego. Just get it balanced. And that's going to conquer your karma with Rahu. This is going to help you with your cycles because you're going to keep experiencing this toxic relationship until you do that. So until you conquer the shadow side, you're going to keep seeing it over and over again. The next card to conquer Rahu for you is She Who Creates, Sheila. Creativity, originality, and spontaneity. She's the Gypsy Queen. So being unique, loving who you are, being different, not trying to be like everybody else, dancing to the beat of your own drum, not trying to people please your mom, your family, your religious people that you hold in high authority, but just being you is another way to conquer your Rahu. So Sheila, she who creates, dresses to please herself. Everything she wears is a reflection of her truth. She decorates her face with makeup and grease paint to show off her inner fool. See the fool dancing upon the tambourine at her side. Sheila makes her own music too. There's a golden salamander on her shoulder, and it whispers crazy ideas. She chooses to follow ones that appeal to her in the moment. She adores the ladybug in her hair and the dragonfly on her skirt. She's different, and spontaneity is her middle name. Although those who don't understand her call her a risk, Sheila embraces the energy of making things shine in her own unique way. This card is a call to conquer your Rahu karma, to be original, and a reminder that following others and doing what others think you should do is simply not for you. You are being challenged to do something beyond the ordinary. Examine your world, your family, and your cycles, and look for your own salamander, your own dragonfly, to guide you where you need to be. The energy here is movement and change, but in original ways. Don't create another painting of a rose. Paint the thorns instead. Stretch your mind. Creativity isn't only paintbrush and canvas. It's cooking, it's crafting, it's writing, it's singing, and it's even teaching. Where will your creativity shine? One, ask yourself, what rut do I need to get out of? Number two, how can you shake things up in a fun, creative way? And number three, who is the most spontaneous person you know? What I feel for you guys, especially in your relationship, is you're trying to be your mom, or you're trying to be your person's ex-wife or ex-husband, or you're trying to be someone. Like you're just trying to be someone. Maybe just an ideal vision of who this person is ideally that you want to be, which is fine if it's your own creative version. But if it's not creative and you're just trying to become someone else, stop that. The advice is not to be your father, not to be your mother, not to be your person's ex, to be you. Your form of lingerie is going to be different than another person's form of lingerie, sexually, creatively speaking. Be creative with your lingerie. Be creative with your sexual passions. You don't have to mimic these people on porn videos. You can make your own invention of what's sexy and hot. You don't have to cookie cutter it. Be your own version of mother. Fun, creative, quirky, unique. Homeschool. Don't homeschool. Go here, go there, travel, whatever. Be your own person. You don't have to be what your grandma, great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandmother were and become all that they've always been. You are your own unique stamp of person. Rahu wants to create something different. Ketu wants you to do what you've always done while breaking ties with it, ironically. But Ketu's your past. Rahu's your future. Things you've never done before. So Rahu wants you to conquer it by being creative. Express yourself in a new way in this version of your life. I don't know, but a way to conquer your Rahu is to get creative, I guess is what I'm hearing. And to believe that the Divine Mother is going to help you conquer your dark self. And that you are protected. And that cycles are getting wiped out. You can be assured of that. All right, so what does the universe want to say to you now about your cycles? Be creative, be different, be new. Separate yourself from everything that you were comfortable with. Pacify your shadow side, but don't completely indulge in it. All right, we're learning balance. Balance of light and dark, which is temperance, which is patience. You're tempering things out, and that's what you guys are doing with your cycles. Okay. Bottom of the deck, grab your own butt and love yourself. Comes out, you don't need someone else to do that for you. You really don't need them. And the present moment is a fucking amazing. Open your eyeballs and look around, even if you happen to be in the shittiest of shit times. There's probably something beautiful to notice right this very second. It could be that babies have eyelashes, and how could babies get any fucking cuter than they already are? Whatever it is, notice this moment. You're doing wonderful, you're amazeballs, and you're a fucking beautiful person. Next, holding on to resentments is like taking a shit in your own heart. That sounds gross. Yeah, that's gross and pointless. Let that shit go. Look up at a loving kindness meditation on the internet and do it. Focus on love is like taking a baby wipe to your heart. So anyways, whenever you feel gross because you have hate, anger, bitterness, or resentment, clean it up. Meditate. Listen to good mantras. Be focused on love. Clean up that bitterness. Next, you can't save your face and your ass at the same time. That's a new one. Is there a secret that you're keeping? Is ego keeping you from being honest about who you really are, what you really want, who you really want to fuck, who you really want to be with, who you really want to be? Go ahead and admit where you fucked up. Seriously, we're all fuck-ups in some way. Welcome to being human. You do you, baby. All right. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do something different, and other people may not be into it. So what? Fuck them. Stop trying to people please. Again, people are trying to worry way too much about what other people think. Calm your Rahu down. Give him some things that he wants and go meditate and find balance. You're going to get a breakthrough. I know there's an eye-opening message today that's helped you figure out your cycle. And you know that you're not going to self-medicate anymore. I know you know that you're going to start dealing with the things you haven't been able to let go of. And you're going to be creative, and you're not going to create this cycle anymore. Chariot, Judgment, you're moving on from this. Breath of fresh air, and a breakthrough is here. There's finally going to be new growth, and you're going to actually see results. That's great. I know you guys are going to leave this reading today feeling good and feeling like you know what you're going to do and feeling like you know where you've been repeating the cycle. Let's get some messages from your lover while we're here before we go. What is the message from your true love? The one you're meant to be with. What is the message from? Okay, just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So a message from your person is they feel isolated, staying away from people, feeling alone and going within. I never thought I'd miss you like this. And I'm healing my inner child. I've got mom and dad issues and a painful past and family disputes. Okay? So if your person's going to be a little bit alone today, just like, you know what, I miss you. I'm working on my issues, and I'm just staying away so I can go within my own self. I'm dealing with my own self. Let's get another message from your person. I love that you can see my truth, but it scares the shit out of me too. I feel the love you send me, and thank you for always forgiving me when my ego acts up. I do love you so much. And next, I want to tear your clothes off and have my way with you, leaving my scent and prints all over what belongs to me. Last but not least, I've tried to move on with others, but I can't forget about you. Spirit, where is this relationship headed? All right, where is this relationship going? Honesty is essential. To be a loving person is important, and it is important that we speak truthfully in a loving manner. So you guys are headed to just get honest with one another. How you feel about one another. Facing it how you feel about them on the inside. But you guys are both going to be getting real honest with your love towards one another. And just know that is the next area where you guys are headed into in this love connection. And bottom of the deck, remember you're limitless. Recognize your truth. You guys can do anything you choose to do. And last but not least, a message from the universe. Okay. You'll find what you seek. Remember, what you seek is seeking you. If you've ever suddenly found you've been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again. If you haven't yet found such a person, chances are astronomical you will. And all there is to love has been there all along. When you begin to find love in people, and in places where you haven't found it before, it's always because you've grown, not the world. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this note. If you are in a situation, in a cycle, where there is a lack of love, defeat this cycle with this video, but also on setting boundaries, loving yourself first because you seek your love and you will see it in return. When you decide to love yourself and respect yourself and not put up with rejection and not put up with ruthless, cold shoulder energy, you will be loved. You need to stand up and let go of things that you feel, for whatever reason, you need to conquer. You need to overcome this negative person. You need to win over this cold-hearted person. You need to gain love from this taken person. You need to achieve marriage with this person that doesn't ever want to get married. You need to have a baby with this person that doesn't want kids. You need to have a family with this person that doesn't want that. You know, quit chasing that. Rahu wants you to chase it. Don't. Pacify Rahu with something that he likes in that house. Food, sex, creativity, money, travel, whatever. Pacify him with something and meditate and focus, and you conquer and find balance. When you do meditate and you find balance, you'll realize you don't really need that anyways. And when you do conquer this, you're healing your connection with your mother or your grandmother, and your moon can become healed. And then you can have healthy relationships. And you will not create these cycles anymore. The best news today, I see you guys moving on from this. You're not stuck. You're aware, and you're cleaning up your act. You're cleansing the karma. And you're going to be happy. You're going to have that refreshing breath of fresh air. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Today's reading was about your cycle that you've been in and how you're going to conquer this. Okay? You are led to get honest with someone that you love very much. Remember, as much as you love you is how the other person's going to love you in return. So love yourself even more. And you're going to find love in places you never thought existed because you're growing. And that's the beautiful part. So you are growing. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. You're doing well. Just keep swimming. And I love you guys so much. Remember, I'm doing my 3 for 30 later. Whoever paid yesterday, you're included. Everyone else that's off the table, we're not taking any more 3 for 30s. So unless I have a couple more 3 for 30s before I start the next video later, anyone after that, I'm not accepting it. So you might have a couple hours to go ahead and do it, but ideally, I'm probably not taking any more, okay? The next bit we're going to get into is a $22 Celtic Cross, and I'm just going to see what's coming up for you. That's coming available on the 22nd of this month, very soon. And keep in mind, whatever you spend, whatever you shop for this month of Christmas, anything $99 or more, you get a free tarot and astrology reading with that, okay? So thank you all so much for your donations, so much for your purchases, so much for watching me. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Markers. Bye, Transformation Queen. Bye, guys. I love you. I love you so much. Yes, thank you for joining the JKS family. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Miss Sure, thank you so much for being here. And Born 1111, thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. So much love. Many blessings. Bye-bye.